We've been Harvest Host members now for approximately 4 years or so and really just love the service.
Harvest Host, how many locations do they have? Well, they have a lot. They keep growing. Thank you for joining us. The cost of staying at campgrounds or overnight stays, if you're in an RV, especially a motorhome, is getting very expensive. Some places are in excess of $250, reaching almost $300 a night. We don't stay at those places. But this video, we're going to talk about one unique service we've been using for years that's going to save us a lot of money.
So what we are talking about is Harvest Host, and we're going to tell you everything that you need to know or may not know about Harvest Host and why it's important to us. Now, I do want to mention first, we are not sponsored by Harvest Host. There is a sponsored ad coming for something else, so stay tuned for that. But we're not sponsored by Harvest Host. We've been Harvest Host members now for approximately 4 years or so, and really just love the service.
Yeah, we pay for our membership, and you're not going to see any affiliate links for Harvest Host in this video. We're going to cover a lot of important things, kind of concise version. First one's going to be, what is Harvest Host? How many locations do they have? Well, they have a lot. They keep growing. They're approaching almost 10,000 locations throughout the United States, and it's not just on the East Coast. It's not just on the West Coast. It's not just in the Central. It's spread out everywhere. And there's a variety of different types of places that you can stay at.
So what businesses do is they will sign up for free with Harvest Host, and they can just state, yes, I'm going to be a Harvest Host. And we are actually at a Harvest Host right now. This is kind of a different one. We are actually at Dave's RV Center in Danbury, Connecticut, which is a Harvest Host location. There are a widespread variety. You have wineries, you have golf courses, you have farms, you have breweries.
That's a big one.
Yes, all different. We've stayed at churches, we've stayed at so many different types.
RV dealership.
RV dealerships do it. So you have a lot to choose from, and it really depends on what you're looking for. I know if people like to drink, a lot of times they like to go to the breweries and do wine tastings and things like that. But it's exciting to go search. I love searching for Harvest Host and see what's available.
And they're extremely convenient because many of them are located off of major highways. So like the Dave's RV Center one, which we're going to do a full video on that. It's a mile off of 84 and has full hookups also, which we're going to talk about some of the features on some Harvest Hosts. We have a lot of things we want to talk about in this video. One of those things that we're not going to talk about in this video is how we keep our motorhome clean. You can see Nellie over to the left of me.
Nellie, oh my gosh.
Stella, over to the left of me. Look how clean she is because I washed it before we got up here. It hasn't been raining, but MJ's car is the perfect portrait, right? As we say, the perfect canvas. For the sponsor of this video, Release Cleaner, which is an all-in-one cleaning solution that we do keep Release on board. When we pull up, we clean the bugs off. And what's nice about this is that it's safe on all surfaces, and the formula in here will associate with the dirt. It's going to make cleaning very easy. So you can see per panel here on the door, it's pretty bad.
Let me bring
I don't know if it's going to take all this on one shot. Oh, this is pretty heavy duty. So I'm going to try. We're going to go here. We're going to do the foam dispenser. We're going to let it do its work, and it's going to associate with that dirt. So what's going to happen is when MJ gives me the microfiber towel, it should wipe most of that off very easily. Made in USA, releasecleaner.com, originally developed for the aeronautics industry. There's no dyes, sulfurs, or colors in here. And I said earlier, it works on all surfaces. What's nice about it is that you can buy these in the 32-ounce bottle. It will be the most expensive, but if you buy the 1 gallon concentrate, you're going to get 80 32-ounce bottles out of that 1 gallon at the strongest solution, which is 1 part release to 20 part water, which is what we're using right now because we really need it here. And it's going to cost you a little bit over $1 a bottle for a 32-ounce bottle, which is pretty awesome. We also have a discount code ENDLESS10, get 10% off of your purchase, and any purchase over $100 is free shipping throughout the United States. So you can see, I think that's enough time. It's already starting to do its work. If you get up here nice and close, it's starting to do its thing. I'll give it one more. And then, I don't know, hon, this one is a rough one. Let me get the microfiber towel, please. And I don't know, let's do our thing here. Let's see what this does. It should take off most of that stuff on there. I don't know how long this has been caked on, but this is a good test. So we're gonna do one wipe. Wow, this is...
It is caked on, but it's...
This has been here for weeks, guys, and I'm just... Like, look at how it's I just want you to see how quickly I took that off. This stuff is amazing. Are you gonna wash your whole motorhome with this? No. This is really for the front and for those stubborn places.
They work well on love bugs, apparently.
Love bugs, it work well. You can't let that stuff bake on. I like to use this on the wheels and tires because it just gets everything off. I'm just gonna do that section. I'm taking this to the wash later, hon. I'm sorry. Okay. There's a wash right up from where we're staying. But look at the difference if you pull back that camera from here and it's smooth. Dirt there. From here, up to the top. Absolutely amazing. You don't have to believe us. Comments below if you're a releaser. Go read their reviews online. We've had hundreds of our subscribers that buy and release. You just saw it right there. I wasn't even confident it was gonna work, but it did. If you want more information, releasecleaner.com, discount code endless10, get you 10% off.
Let's talk about costs now. There's no cost for the businesses, but obviously there's a cost for the patrons. So there's a yearly membership fee, which can range from $84 and some change up through around $150, give or take a couple dollars. So that is going to allow you to stay as many times as you want throughout an entire year, wherever, whenever. In most cases, you are going to be able to stay one night. That will give you one night at a destination, and then you pick up and you move on. However, this year we have started to notice there are a lot of changes that some of the businesses are making where they are opening things up to extra nights. Some businesses will offer them extra nights free. Some businesses will offer a small fee to stay for extra nights. We actually were going to do that on one of our trips. So that's a great option. If you're going cross country and you want to do Harvest Host, it's nice to be able to maybe spread out a little bit longer than one every night.
Also, a lot of the Harvest Hosts now are offering hookups either included in the night or for a small fee extra. Electric, water, some have full hookups, some have internet. Like we're at Dave's RV Center, this is full hookup including internet. Now talking about the membership starting around $84 up to $150, that depends on what locations you want. So 84 is going to be the most basic. It's not going to be all the locations like the golf courses and the farms and the wineries. 150, the little bit more, that's going to give you access to everything, the almost 10,000 locations.
Now, when you stay at the location, we say it's free, but as a Harvest Host member, you know that you are not required, but really highly, strongly encouraged to spend $30 a night at that location. That can be purchasing food, it can be purchasing a service that they have, going to the bakery, or if you can't, like we just recently stayed at a drive-in movie theater, there were no drive-ins. We got some ice cream, but we donated. So many of them will have a donation box. You can just give a monetary donation.
So depending on what part of the country you are, you have to weigh out what works better for you. If you're in a place where you can stay at a campground for 20 bucks a night and you don't care, you don't want to buy baked goods, then that may work out better for you. But for us, a lot of times it works out better just staying at the Harvest Host.
I think our all-time favorite was a farm in Sweetwater, Tennessee. And it was obviously a farm, but it was huge. The views that you could see out, they had a bakery with, I remember Jason walked out with like a huge gallon of milk. They just gave it
was
to
definitely more than 20 bucks that we spent.
Yeah,
I think we spent like 60 there.
The milk was free, but they had all baked goods and local things from local animals, really from the farm. So they had all the milk and the cheeses and everything came from the dairy farms. And it was just such a peaceful and beautiful place to go. And that just stands out in my mind.
Nice thing about Harvest Host is that when you go on, they have a very interactive, both web-based as well as the app. So you can go in on the app, you see your location, right, where you want to be, and then you can check off, do they accommodate your size motorhome or RV or fifth wheel, whatever you have. You can check off the type of site it's going to be. So it's going to be pavement, going to be grass, going to be gravel. We don't stay on grass. That's a no-go for us. We're too heavy. We don't need to risk sinking in. So we know, okay, we're going to be on gravel or it's partial gravel or concrete. That's really nice to know.
Something else that's really, really important, and I usually am the one searching for the Harvest Host. There's a couple things that I really focus on if you're new to this. Make sure you check the hours that you're able to check in, because if you work full time, getting to a place by 5 o'clock, many people just can't do that. So we would have to see, okay, is there an extended check-in? A lot of times like bars or places like that, they'll be till 11 o'clock. Make sure you check that so you don't book it and then you can't get there in time and they're closed. Another thing that I always do when I book these is check the site, the type of site that it is, but I read the reviews. There are so many reviews on every single Harvest Host. So I want to see, how is it getting in there? We have a big rig. We need to know, and you have to put the size of your rig there and it'll let you know what the max is for the rigs that can go in. But I want to know what people are saying about being able to get into the accessibility of the location. Besides that farm, another one of my favorite ones, actually, I think all of us really enjoyed it, was the alpaca farm. So that was down in New Jersey, actually. And it was our old merchandise supplier, and they had a Harvest Host there with the alpacas and a ton of other animals. And we got to walk in and kind of hang out with the alpacas. It was so, so cool. And I actually bought the warmest pair of socks there. Alpaca socks, get them. If you're in cold temps, those are the warmest socks ever.
All right, so here are some of the rules to follow. Now, some of these are pretty obvious, but we're going to spell them out because they're written out, so not everybody's following them. The first thing is that you have to be self-contained. Now, we said earlier, some of these places are offering hookups, but you still have to be self-contained. Don't expect that the hookups are going to be there. I think all of them require that you're self-contained.
The next one, as we mentioned before, it's just a nice gesture. Spend that, least $30. I'm sure people spend a lot more than that, but you're helping to keep that business, their business costs, you're just giving a little bit, and that is definitely going to help them out.
Yeah, the business is doing it to make money, right? Like I know some of them want to be super nice, but they're there to make money. So in order for this to work, and most people are doing this because Harvest Host has grown, spend the required amount.
Right. Another thing, this goes for any kind of boondock. We've talked about Cabela's and all these places that allow overnight parking. Don't treat it like a campground. I wouldn't break out the little swimming pool and the lounge chairs and everything else.
The flamingo?
Yeah.
No pink flamingos?
It's just there to kind of stay the night on the way to your next destination. Another thing that they encourage, and that I always do, is to book them in advance. They do book up. Many times I've tried to get something and it's blacked out. So if you know where you're going, definitely book that far in advance. As I said, booking far in advance is important, but many do allow same-day requests. Some don't, but you will see on their page if they allow same-day requests, and many owners are quick to get back, so you might be able to find something last minute.
The last thing people are going to ask, and this is on their website also, are generators. Now, most of them do allow generators, some don't. However, when we talk about generators, we're talking about either an onboard motorhome generator that's quiet, or if you have a towable, an inverter type generator that you can't really hear it more than a couple feet away. We're not talking about the household 13,000 watt Generac that you can hear 2 miles away. Don't do that. The reason why we say this is because we've been to campgrounds where people do this, and it is pretty rude. They may not realize it, but the unspoken etiquette is that if you're going to have a generator, you should be able to hear it like right by you, not when you enter the campground. Right. So just keep that in mind, and you should have no issues.
Let us know in the comments below if you're a Harvest Host member. What do you think of the service? We love it, and we will continue to use it. If you are not a Harvest Host member, do you use another service? We'll put that in the comments below too, so we can all share ideas.
If you like videos like this, to the left of us, we'll put our RV travel vlogs playlist. We'll also put our RV campground reviews playlist. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.